You never noticed how the narcissist did this. That pause? It's calculated. That smile? A setup. By the end of this video, you'll see just how orchestrated every detail really was. And the last point reveals the move they use when they think you've finally caught on. 1. They created micro-chaos to keep you slightly off balance. You remember the constant small interruptions, misplaced keys, last-minute plan changes, the text they didn't answer until it no longer mattered. None of it seemed huge, right? That's the point. A narcissist knows that one big storm would make you grab an umbrella and run, but a drizzle that never stops? That's what gets under your skin. Those tiny, meaningless conflicts were never about the events themselves. They were cues, reminders that your sense of calm depended on them. You'd find yourself over-explaining, double-checking, apologizing for things that didn't even happen. Meanwhile, they'd sit back, watching you twist yourself into an emotional pretzel, quietly proud that you were dancing to music only they could hear. 2. They used selective warmth like a spotlight. Ever notice how they'd suddenly light up with affection, but only when someone else was watching, or right after they'd been cruel? That wasn't spontaneity. That was precision. They understood that humans crave patterns, so they gave you warmth unpredictably, just enough to keep you addicted to the next hit of validation. It's not love, it's lab work. You were Pavlov's bell, and they were the scientist, taking notes on your every reaction. When they hugged you in public but went cold the moment you were alone, that contrast wasn't accidental. It was contrast as control. 3. They disguised criticism as curiosity. Why do you wear that color? Do you really think your friends like you for you? Those weren't questions. They were probes. The narcissist loves to hide their judgment inside faux concern because it forces you to defend yourself without ever realizing you were attacked. And when you do defend yourself, they tilt their head, act hurt, and whisper, "Wow, I was just asking." Congratulations. You've just been gaslit into proving your own insecurities. You thought you were having a conversation, but you were actually in a courtroom where they were both the prosecutor and the judge. 4. They mirrored your empathy until you trusted the reflection. In the beginning, they didn't just listen. They echoed. Every dream you shared, every fear you confessed, they mirrored it back like it was theirs too. That's not connection. That's reconnaissance. They were mapping your emotional terrain, learning which words open your heart and which silences make you speak more. When they said, "I feel the same way," what they really meant was, "Now I know how to play you." And the scariest part? That mirror wasn't built to show you yourself. It was built to show you what you wanted to see. 5. They borrowed your own vocabulary to rewrite the story. Remember when you started using words like boundaries or respect, and suddenly they were using them too, but against you? You're crossing my boundaries. You're not respecting my needs. That wasn't coincidence. Narcissists are linguistic pickpockets. They steal your emotional language, twist it, and hand it back as a weapon. You end up arguing inside their definitions, defending yourself in their vocabulary. By the end, you're not just losing the argument, you're losing your sense of meaning. 6. They performed normalcy when you were at your lowest. After a fight, when you were teary or shaky, they'd act calm, polished, rational. Maybe they'd even hum while cleaning the counter. It wasn't indifference. It was theater. They know that emotional composure looks like truth to outsiders. So, by the time you tried to explain what happened, you looked unhinged, and they looked centered. That performance wasn't for you. It was for the audience of whoever might someday hear your story. And that's how they win. Not just by hurting you, but by controlling how your pain is perceived.